guys, and welcome to another episode of the Provocative Podcast. All right, guys, I typically do an intro, but I'm just so ready to get into this episode. We have a guest today, and honestly, I was just going to keep her for myself. I wasn't even going to... We started talking the second she got here, so I'm just really excited for you girls to learn from her and for myself to learn from her. So let's welcome Nathalie Nicole Smith.
Hey,
welcome
girl.
to the podcast. Okay, so I have a little introduction. I got it from your Instagram. So, author and speaker, CEO of Women Who Boss, owner of NNBODY, which is a lifestyle brand that provides luxury activewear, skincare, and self-care essentials for all women, correct?
Yes, indeed.
Anything else you do?
You know, right now, today, I'm in a space where I'm focusing on helping women build their brands, really transform their minds and their bodies so they can have a bank account.
Yeah.
I realized that the whole chasing money thing, the whole chasing business thing, it really doesn't work when you aren't right mentally and physically. So I'm excited to be here with you. I've been looking at your page. I see what you guys are doing. And I feel like it's time for more women to connect, collaborate, and really create a strategy to help others. So even a show like yours, I'm open to speaking about whatever it is going to help serve your platform.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, so let's go back. You said you were 35 now, right?
I am 35.
But you started being an entrepreneur like at a young age, right? Tell us a little bit more about that.
So I started selling hair extensions when I was 19 years old.
Look at you.
Yes, my goal when 19 was to make $1,000 a week. I sold hair. I went to Howard University, graduated.
Okay.
I'm in a public relations and business major. And at that moment, I realized that entrepreneurship was for me. I love to be able to provide a product to someone that they need and to get paid from it.
Okay.
Right after that, I did makeup and hair. I trickled into celebrity hair and makeup, which went really well for me. And that allowed me to open up my first salon at 22 years old. And so that's really where it started at. I didn't get into the wellness space until I was 27 years old.
Okay.
I'm in network marketing. I do very well in network marketing. I help thousands of people all across the world live a better quality of life. And that was really like a life-changing moment for me because I was taught, at a young age, you do things that you love, you do things that you're passionate about. But when you're an entrepreneur in your survival mode, you sometimes got to open up your eyes to things that you need to do.
Yeah. So
network marketing was something that people said was a scam. And when I got into it, my first 4 years I did $250,000. And right when the pandemic hit, my first year making $1 million, I did $4.3 million in wellness sales.
That's crazy.
This is in 2020. So that's when my life has changed ever since then.
Do you feel like it's crazy because it's like, were you ever doubtful that you were capable of that?
I think that depending on how you were raised, I grew up with my mom. My dad's in my life, but I grew up with my grandmother, my mom. I think the biggest goal was to be successful. I don't think I equated being a millionaire with success. Because you have to think about how much money do you need to survive? How much money do you need to really, thrive?
Yeah.
Right? So if you have never seen anybody that made $1 million, or if you never touched $1 million, your mind isn't there yet. But I met my mentor in network marketing, Coach Stormy Wellington. She was already successful. People told me she was a scammer, and I was like, well, listen, the worst that can happen is I lose weight, right? So got involved in it, and then when I saw that she was making seven figures, her first 7 figures she made was in network marketing, and I was like, I can do this. And I just added my own twist to it. So, of course, with user-generated content, of course, with social media marketing, of course, with grassroots strategies, my company is very sustainable. And I use those same practices here. So to answer your question, I believe it was a mindset thing. I'm definitely a faith-based business. I believe that God didn't put me on this earth just to be average and to be basic. So that's what when I realized that, I said, okay, God gave you this. Now it's time to take advantage of it and show up for the gift.
Yeah. No, I love that. I think it's so true, exactly what you said. You met Chris and I. So
yeah, I love you.
You listening, if you've been listening for a while, you guys know that it's always just been me and him, and we are he's the oldest in his family. I'm the oldest in my family. So it's always just been up to us to kind of like get ahead. And, you know, we haven't, until we moved to Houston, because we're originally from Georgia, we hadn't met any millionaires, right? But we both knew, thankfully we met, like you guys know, high school sweethearts. We both have the same mentality on getting ahead. We both knew we were put on this earth for more, right? So we've literally built ourselves up. And then once we moved here, you know, because I was like, I need to get out of Georgia because I'm not growing here. Like, it was like right after, it was like 2-3 years after high school. And I was like, we were already married, but I was like, either you coming with me because I'm not staying. Like, I'm like, I need to get out. And then we moved here and we met millionaires, and it was like, holy shit, people, like, because back in our day, like with us, it was like, oh, you saw millionaires as like just celebrities, right, on TV and stuff, but you didn't really meet a celebrity, and you never really thought that, especially as a Mexican, you were going to be a millionaire, because that was only for drug dealers, right? So like when we moved here and we saw all the possibilities, we were like, okay, yes, this can happen for us. So I like, even me, so I haven't, and you guys know, I haven't made my million yet. My goal is to make my million yet, because I will be 29 next month, and my goal is to make my million before 30. That is like what I am.
You never know. Maybe God put us here.
Girl, I do believe it, because I'm feeling the energy right now. I'm telling you, girls, I'm gonna be a millionaire.
I've coached 3 to 4. I coached 3 girls personally to 7 figures plus, and I've coached over 100 women and men to 6 figures passively. Yeah. So I would just say this: the fact that you guys are in alignment, and you guys are hungry, and you have your goal set. God's plan is so sufficient. As long as you keep speaking this over your life and do the work, the money's gonna come.
Yeah, no, I truly believe
it's already coming. It's already waiting for you.
Yeah, that's what I believe. So I find it interesting because, you know, it is, if you don't believe it can happen for you, it's not going to happen for you. So that's why I was wondering where your headspace was for that. But okay, let's get into some of the questions. What are some of the tools you've used to help build your brand?
So, of course, social media is a huge tool. I think that people overlook, either someone loves social media or they hate social media. But the biggest thing is liking yourself. So when you post on social media, your confidence isn't shattered because of other people not liking you. Yeah. Because you can have 1 million likes on Instagram and not like yourself. That's true. Right? Yeah, social media plays a major role in how I meet people, how I connect, how I build the personality behind Nathalie. I do my best to be as authentic as I can, but I am very private on social media. I post what I feel like is necessary, you know, and I have a lot of boundaries when it comes down to my social media and business, because that's where a lot of my money comes from. The second thing I do consistently is I'm always like finding different ways to organize my life. So I use different tools like Slack and ClickUp. These are all CRMs which help organize your business. Slack is a way to communicate with my teams. I'm outside of just texting all the time. ClickUp is a to-do list that I can literally not just oversee, but lead my team, making sure that deadlines are being hit, making sure that things are being done. So I enjoy using those 2 systems. And of course, Calendly, it integrates with Google Calendar. Yeah. So if it's not on my calendar, it's not happening. Okay. You know, like I don't commit to things that's not on my calendar. Okay. And I literally say, hey, let's make sure we put it on the calendar just so I won't let you down. Yeah. So those are 3 things I do on a consistent basis to make sure that I'm flowing. And also, last but not least, I would say I have a routine. That's a tool. A routine is a tool. I wake up, time with God, I eat, you know, I do my hygiene stuff. I put my vitamins, you know, TLC products, the NutriBurst liquid vitamin, the energy supplement, which is a great pre-workout. And then I go work out. And it's a lifestyle for me. Every day I do that. I can be in a different city, anywhere. If I have something that switches up, okay, cool. But for the most part, that's what you're going to find me doing in the morning. Okay. Yeah, I love it. Were you always this routine-like, or have you gotten better as you've just gotten better in life? I've always enjoyed routines. I was diagnosed with ADHD when I was a little girl. Okay. And I was on Adderall for 10 years before I got into network marketing. They have a product called NRG, which helped me a lot stay focused. So my real disclaimer is that, yes, I use something to help me stay focused, which is natural, 5-HTP and ginseng. Oh, yeah, I've heard of that. I enjoy it. I'm super, I get things done. I love getting things done.
Yeah.
Makes you feel good, you know, makes you feel confident. You get done.
When you get things done.
Yeah, because you don't feel like a failure at night, you know?
Yeah.
So with that, that's something I do. But as far as like, I'm also very realistic with myself. That helps me stay focused. That helps me stay motivated. Because if I'm not motivated, who's going to be motivated for me?
Yeah, no one.
No one at all. So, yes, to answer your question, I believe that I've always been the type of person. Even I did bottle service for 10 years. So my life was crazy. I did bottle service, hair, makeup, everything. I was going to figure it out.
You were like, I'm going to get my money somehow.
Yeah, I figured it out. Yeah. But I always had like a routine. Like, this is what I'm going to do.
Yeah. What do you think about younger women putting so much pressure on like you're a great example of you don't know what you're going to end up doing, right? Like you started with hair and then makeup and then so many different things. What is your advice on women who put so much pressure on like, this is what they have to do for the rest of their life?
To relax. Like, I don't really do well with those personalities because when I say I don't do well, like I need you to relax. I need you to trust God. And I'm going to remind you over and over again, that you're not God and you don't know what's going to happen. You know, some people say, well, you moved all the way to Houston, Texas, and you and your boyfriend broke up, and now life is just in shambles. No, it's not in shambles. I still have my life, you know? So when you trust God and when you, like, have big faith and you feed your spirit, forget the money, feed your spirit every single day, the clarity starts to download and the confidence starts to download.
Yeah.
And then it starts to click like, wow, this makes sense. Then guess what? Certain things start to click, oh, I shouldn't do this anymore. I think a lot of people are so hard on themselves and they're stuck. They're so loyal to things that are not loyal to them. They're so loyal to a business. They're so loyal to a person. They're so loyal. If it's not your husband or your wife, right? Yeah. Or your children, where do you get this big loyalty from? Mm-hmm. And that's me. Like, I used to be loyal to things that no longer served me anymore. So what really helped me, I want to help another person, a young person listening, or a woman listening, or a man that's listening, like, be gentle on yourself. Like, be gentle on yourself. Like, it's going to be okay. Yeah. Like, you have your life. Yeah. That's all that matters, is that you have your life. And if you have your life, it will all work itself out. Yeah,
I love that. I'm one of those that you don't like. I'm not as gentle as myself as I wish I would. I'm trying to be, right?
I love you guys, though, but I'm great for women like you guys. I have a lot of friends. Like, I have a friend that's so amazing. She goes back to school for everything. Like, she will go to school, because she wants to be so much better, but you haven't mastered something at this level yet. Yeah. So you're hard on yourself. Now you feel like you're not capable and you're not enough. And that's where I don't like that, because you're beating yourself up. Yeah. So my job as a vessel is to speak life to you and to remind you that you are great and that you have to keep on going. And like, your podcast is great. This is great. Like, look at you. Like, that's how you have to surround yourself with people that are going to add value to your life. If it's not someone, I'd rather be by myself. If you're not around me, you can't speak life to me when I'm feeling bad or feeling down, then we're just not a good fit. Yeah. So it's not that I don't like to be around those people, because I don't like yes men. You know,
I don't either.
I can't do it.
Tell me the truth.
You get what I'm saying? Because if you have everyone around you that's saying, oh, you're perfect, Jasmine. You're just so perfect. Are you sure? Because I see I can do this better. Yeah. But then there's people that might be in your corner that say, well, you know, you could do that better. Well, tell me what I can do better. Yeah. If you're going to have a comment, tell me how I can do better in that.
I love that. And, you know, I feel like I'm in that space where that's the kind of friendships like that I want and that I need. And it's hard because that's the type of person I am. Yeah. And it's hard because you can't expect everyone to react the same way. I want to be like, hey, you're not fucking doing a good job with your life. You need to do this. But most people can't take that criticism. Yeah. Because most people are yes men. They want to be just told, yeah, you're doing a good job. But me, I'm like, I'm not a yes man. And I don't want the people around me to be a yes man.
Well, I believe the law of attraction is real, and as long as you demand that for yourself, you're in a space where there's a lot of women your age that are trying to find love. They're not okay with what they have going on. Like, God loves you so much and loves you and your husband so much, where He gave you guys this union, right? So you don't got to worry about that. You can really worry about your purpose. Now you can really, let me remove worry. You can really focus on your purpose. You can really focus on your flow now. You don't have to worry about who's going to be my husband and who am I have kids with. Yeah. You don't have to do that, because God's timing is perfect. And as long as you stay in that space where you know that you want to attract quality relationships, not aesthetic relationships. Mm-hmm. See, we live in a society where people are aesthetically attracted to each other, where because you're pretty, because you're this, you're that, well, you actually are really mean, you know? Mm-hmm. So now I'm realizing that, like, I used to only attract aesthetically pleasing relationships. And I was like, okay, well, I'm the problem then. Because I'm getting treated a certain way because in reality, this is who this person really is.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Has it been hard for you to make female friendships?
You know, I think Instagram puts you in a space where everyone wants to be your friend, right? Yeah. Everyone wants to go out to eat, and everyone wants to hang out, and you have to use your discernment, and you have to really ask God for the clarity on the intention behind things. Because I do have people that I think we'll have a great relationship, but we have to take our time. I feel like kind of like a person can like love bomb you. A friend can love bomb you, and they can be so perfect, everything, they want to do everything for you, but that's not normal. What do you want to do for yourself? So now I'm more in a space where I like reciprocated friendships. I want to be able to pour into my friend. I want to feel the same way back. I don't want to feel like because I didn't call you, you're not calling me. If I don't text, like that's just too much, you know? Like I want to, if we don't talk, but when we do talk, it feels like we didn't miss a beat.
Yeah.
You know, so I think I'm in a great space now where I don't enjoy transactional relationships. I feel like I've had those for a minute now, where it's like, okay, we make money together, it's what we do. You only really like me because you know I can do this for you, right? Yeah. And if we are transactional, let's be clear.
Yeah.
Because we have that boundaries.
Yes.
Because if we're transactional, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, but let's be clear that that is what we're doing.
Right. Yeah, because then things can get confused because someone can pour into that other person's cup more than the other.
Exactly.
Yeah, 100%.
Right.
I will say that I've learned along the way in this space that, you know, like you said, usually everyone on social media wants to be your friend. And I've gotten hurt a lot that way. Yeah. And I'm finally in a place where I'm like, I've healed. Yeah. And I want to make more friendships, right? I want to make good friendships, but I want quality friendships. And it's hard and it's scary to put yourself out there because now it's like, okay, I'm putting myself out there again, but what if they're truly not here to be my friend?
Let it flow though, because people will show you their colors. They'll show you who they are. Anyone that has hurt you shows you at one point that's who they were. Yeah. And I have to look at myself like that. I had a couple of situations where me and these girls, we made a lot of money together. And then when something went wrong, there was no communication. There's no dial. It was nothing. We just stopped being friends. And it hurt me really bad. And it took me 2 years to heal from that. Yeah. Right? And I think some people are not real with that. They're like, why can't you get over it? Because I have feelings. That's why. Yes. You get what I'm saying?
It took me 2 years to get over one of the friends.
Me too. Like, you know, to the point where it's like I'm really, like, when I say get over, it's like, I'm no longer pinning somebody else on the trauma that was dealt with this situation. Yes. That's real freedom. That's real healing. So I think that you're in a space where a lot of women are in. That's why in Houston, Texas especially, I'm a Woman Who Boss Network. I'm creating this safe space for women, like all walks of life, but my type of girls. Like, what does my type of girl mean? Like, you're confident within who you are. Because if you're friends with someone that's not confident with who they are, it's not going to work. Yeah, 100%. It's not going to work. Mm-hmm. It's not going to work. You're gonna be thinking I'm doing little subliminal things. You're gonna think too many things that's not real. Mm-hmm. You know, I need you to be confident in who you are as a woman, and we can build from there. And we're gonna take our time. Yeah. We're not going to rush this. Yeah. We're going to take our time. And if it grows fast, it grows fast. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You know, but I think that a lot of times friends link up and they, let's start a business together. Why would I want to start a business with you? Yeah. Right? Yeah. We are just like, you know, I have a content studio. I'm opening it here and someone said, well, I'll just do it with you. No, well, I don't live here, but I'm okay. Yeah. We can like collaborate some type of way. Like, you know, because you have to protect yourself.
You do. Especially in business.
But when we're vulnerable, we say, yes, I'll do it. Because you're vulnerable. Because we want love. Like we are creatures. We're spirit beings living in a human experience. And we just want love. That's all we really want for real. We're really big teddy bears. Just want to be loved on, right? But we have to have I don't want to say our guards up, but we have to have discernment. Because too many guards can make you too hard. But when you have discernment, you allow God to flow, then you don't have to worry about who's against you.
Yeah. No, I love that.
Yeah.
Friendships are a hard lesson to learn.
It's the best lesson, though.
Yeah.
Because now you know better.
Yeah.
Well, imagine going through life and you're now 40 and you realize your friend was a hater the whole time. That sucks. Now that sucks.
Yeah.
You because you think about all the memories, you're like, for 10 years.
Yeah.
You hated my guts.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I'd rather know him beforehand. Yeah.
Look at Selena.
Yeah.
That movie, right?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? We don't have time for that.
But yeah, that's true. Okay. Tips for how to get out of a negative mindset or when you're feeling unmotivated.
So you're going to go through these spells, these little moments where something might happen to you and you get triggered. You got to snap out of it quick. You cannot go all day depressed or sad. Like what I do is I pray. I'm like, hey, God, I don't feel great right this second. This situation has me thinking about some things I don't want to think about. I'm not feeling confident in this. I need you to release this out of my spirit. I take a moment. I listen to positive music. Like I might listen to like praise and worship. I might listen to some podcasts. I listen to positive stuff. No like heavy rap. No heavy nothing. Even if it's a R&B girl that's just talking negative, I just won't listen to it. Because I need to feed my spirit with the best quality things. And the last thing I do is I write out my thoughts. I write out, what do I want right now? What am I feeling right now? Journaling is very important. I didn't think it was important until I had a journal. And I was like, okay, this really is cool. Because you have to really, you look back at what you write, you're like, what the heck was that?
You do. Oh my God, you do. You're like, what the hell was I thinking?
What was I thinking?
Yeah.
You were... you're like, wait, ooh, I was bad.
I was
going through it.
Yeah, I lost my iPad a few months ago, and I was starting to journal on my iPad, and before I lost it, I was like going back and reading some of the journals, and I was like, oh, what was I thinking? And then I lost my iPad, and it hurt me so much because I was like, Chris was like, my husband was like, it's fine, it's just an iPad. I'm like, you don't understand. Like my whole soul was in that iPad because I was journaling and stuff, and it's good to go back and reread everything. You're like during that time I was like, what was I thinking?
But that's the true thought.
Yeah.
And I think one thing about us, as we're motivated and we're excited, we have to embrace our truth. We have to embrace where we are. If you don't feel great, if you feel happy, if you're happy, embracing that you're happy. If something good happened, your podcast hits a certain amount of views, being able to embrace it, like, oh my God, I got 10 episodes done. I got 20, that's important.
You celebrate your wins then?
Now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to now. Yeah. I went through life, going through wins and then even embrace it. Like when I made my first 7 figures, I did not embrace it. Mm-hmm. I just moved right on. And I'm like, hold on, wait, you're not grateful. So I think that when you celebrate your wins, small things. I was in my store today, I'm like, oh, wow, this store's really nice. Yeah. I never celebrated my store. I haven't had a grand opening. We've just been open.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, okay, what do we do to celebrate the wins now? This is big. Now you have a store in the Galleria. Celebrate yourself. Talk more about it.
Yeah.
And here's the deal. Sometimes we don't want to speak about things because we don't want to seem like we're boastful. But if you know your heart,
Yeah.
If you know you're not boastful, celebrate it.
I think for me, sometimes I have a hard time celebrating my wins because, one, you can always do better, but then the comparison kills you sometimes, right? Like you look at everybody else who you compare yourself to, and I compare myself to pretty high up women. So I'm like, I could still do better. And so it's really hard sometimes to celebrate my wins.
Well, comparison is a thief of joy.
Yeah, it is, 100%.
So I think that the fact that you acknowledge that,
yes,
that's a win. Mm-hmm. Most people go through life and they can't even acknowledge that, hey, I'm comparing myself to someone that has a totally different life than me. They went through totally different things than me. Like, I might need to reset my mind.
Yeah. And it never comes from a place of jealousy, right?
No, it's
it just
not.
comes from a place of like, okay, I need to do
more. But
more.
that's still beating yourself up.
Yeah, it is.
It's still beating yourself up. And I'm telling you this from a first person. I did that. Mm-hmm. Beating myself up, not celebrating my wins, not being happy. You can't do that anymore.
That's good. When have you always been really confident in yourself, or where do you feel like there was a change? Or
I've always really been like an ambitious girl.
Okay.
Like everyone always from childhood, they're like, she's gonna do something. When I got robbed at gunpoint, I was mentioning to you guys in 2020, I didn't just get robbed of jewelry. I got robbed of my dignity, robbed of my fearlessness, robbed of my confidence. So I had to do an entire rebuild over these past 3 years. Entire rebuild, like fix my life rebuild, you know? So my confidence comes from just God, just give me another chance to live, and really just realizing there's so much more to life. Like there's like the world is there's 8 billion people in the world. There's so much to do. Like we're just like we haven't even done anything yet.
Yeah.
So that keeps me pretty confident. I'm excited. I'm an excited person.
Yeah.
I'm always excited about something. Like, I'm excited about this. And to know me is to love me, because if most people know that, like, if you talk to me, I'm like, what are we doing? Like, what are we going to do next? Okay, what's our goals? And that's really who I am, because I've always wanted that person for myself.
Yeah.
So I feel like if I give that energy out, guess what happens? I'm going to get it back.
Yeah. Because I think, the number one thing a lot of women have, need help with is building their confidence.
Yeah.
What kind of advice would you give someone like, hey, I'm just like not really confident in myself?
Talk to yourself nicely, consistently. Look in the mirror, tell yourself 10 nice things. Like it's gonna feel stupid, but just tell yourself like nice things. When you look nice, like tell yourself, I look really nice. I love my lashes, like just little things.
Yeah.
You wanna know why? Because if you, like, of course, your husband tells you nice things, but let's say he is busy and he's doing something. You have to be able to speak life to yourself. You get what I'm saying? 100%. So practicing positive self-talk is important. And then also being real with why you're not confident. I had to realize there's certain things about me I didn't like. Like my hair was like thinning really, really bad from like wearing wigs and stuff. I was like, okay, we gotta take a break from this because your hair is falling out, right? Then it was like me overweight. Okay, you are really overweight. Like it's okay that you want to be a thick girl. You can be a healthy girl,
Yeah.
So I had to do that. So it's like a lot of me being real with myself, build up my confidence.
Yeah, I love 100%. I think that taking care of yourself builds confidence, but being real and accepting like what it is that you don't like about yourself, and then taking action, right? Because you can complain about your hair, you can complain about your weight, you can complain about your skin all day long, but what are you doing about it? And that's what I preach too about confidence. Like, I feel like I've always been that way. I didn't know how to do my makeup. People are always like, how's your makeup so good? Girl, I would work 12-hour shifts. I would get home at like 11 p.m. and then I would stay up till like 1 a.m. watching YouTube tutorials on how to do my makeup, because it was important to me, because I wanted to learn, and now I know how to do my makeup. So it's thank you. I have some under eye crust going on, but thank you.
That looks really good.
Thank you. So I always tell people, it's important, if you want to build your confidence, to one, acknowledge what it is, to be honest with yourself, that what it is that you don't like, and if you can't fix it and want to do better,
just do it.
Take action. Yeah. Okay. How do you deal with social media negativity?
Oh, I get, bullying. I used to get cyberbullied all the time, especially when I gained a lot of weight, because I sell health and wellness products. Okay. So they saw me go from like 145 to 205. It was bad. It was so horrible. And I just had to like really just get my mind right with social media. I had to realize this is a tool. It's not your life. Yeah. They don't know you. They're hiding behind a username like Nathalie. Like, relax. Because it was taking a toll, out of me. It was. And I just like snapped out of it and just started believing in myself more and being more confident. And social media is what it is. Yeah. Everyone's not going to like you, but everyone's not going to like you in real life. So am I supposed to beat myself up about it?
No. Yeah. I feel like this year I dealt with a lot of, not a lot of negativity, but I was putting a lot of my self-worth in social media and what others had to say. And then I had to take a little bit of a break on social media, because I was like, okay, I'm waking up and the first thing I'm doing is checking these comments and what people are saying about me. And even though they don't know me, it's still affecting the way that I think about myself. So I took a break, and now I'm doing a lot better and realizing like, yes, that person doesn't like you, or yes, that comment's mean or whatever, but it has no reflection of who you are.
You don't even know who these people are.
Yeah.
You don't know how their life is. But that's I'll leave it there. Like, I don't even know how you're living.
Yeah.
Like, why am I going to even like stoop to that level and just even, I don't talk about you, but you just talked about me. So 2 wrongs don't make it right. I'm exiting this conversation. I don't give it any energy. Like I used to give it energy.
You're just like, yeah.
Yeah, like, no, you're miserable. Leave me alone.
Yeah. With you doing so much, do you believe in balance?
I believe in harmony.
Okay.
I don't really think that you're going to be completely just balanced. Probably you're going to have harmony in your life and things are going to just like make sense and they're going to flow. I only focus on things that like my physical time is things that I'm great at. I have project managers, I have assistants, I have people that work with me. I don't do activities that I'm not great at.
Okay.
I'll start off with it and I realize I really suck at this. So I'm not going to do it. You'll hire somebody. Let me figure out a budget for this job.
Okay. Yeah. Because, I mean, I know that different motivational speakers talk about some people, Andy Frisella is like, fuck balance. Balance doesn't exist, right? Other people are like, okay, you do have to balance. So I was wondering what your thought was.
Yeah, I call it harmony. And I want a quality of life. I do not want to work hard just to work hard and that's it. I want to enjoy my life. So I believe in balance, more so harmony. Because I don't need things to just be totally perfect. One area might be a little, but is it flowing? Yeah. If it's flowing, we're good. Yeah. That's all that matters to me.
Yeah. Okay. All right, let's get into some relationship questions. Okay. You're currently single right now, correct?
Yeah, dating.
You're like, I'm dating around.
I'm like single, how about this? Let's be very clear. I'm single. I don't have a ring on my finger. And I'm definitely excited about whatever God has for me. Because I do want to be in a relationship. I do want to be married. But I just don't want to. I'm not desperate.
Yeah. Were you ever close to getting married at any point?
Yeah. I think that, yeah, for sure. I feel like I'm even close now. Yeah. I feel like, it's crazy, right? Because when I say close, it's I know I'm a whole woman now. Yeah. So when that whole man comes, or even he doesn't have to be perfect, but when that man that God chooses to be in my life, it's not going to be so hard. Because I was a broken woman before. So when you're like I know where I am in my life now. I'm not perfect, but I'm so aware of the things in my life that I'm working on. Yeah. I think that's what matters. Yeah.
Do you feel like now you attract better men because of it?
Yeah, I do. Okay. For sure.
What are the top 3 qualities that you look for in a man?
You have to love God. You have to have faith because life is crazy.
Yeah. Have you always been so strong in your faith?
I grew up in church, but I liked a lot of bad guys. Okay. I did a lot of street guys, drug dealers, majority of my life, entertainers, that sort of thing. I always had a relation with someone for years and it wasn't the best, right? And I think that my relation with God kept me. So I always go back to that. I always go back to the source. That's my plug. And I don't judge my man for not. He doesn't have to be holier than thou, but he has to have faith. He can't just not have faith. Yeah. He has to have faith because life is gonna happen, baby, and we have to be able to faith this out. Yeah. Right? Because if you're with someone that says, "Oh, it's just everything is just bad," and that person's out to get you, everything's just negative. It's okay, wait, you're just not my type of guy. Okay. I need someone to be able to cover me, cover, not just a gun, pray for me, if I'm going through some things, it's tough. That's when we're going to get through it. Think about when you were going through your moment, if it wasn't for your husband being a great accountability partner and being faithful in the space of having your back, if you were just negative, you're just so dumb and you're always doing who lets someone talk something like that, Yeah. So I feel like someone that has that side relation with God, they're going to be able to work on themselves throughout time. The next thing my person has to have, I would say he's financially healthy. Okay. Financially healthy means that you are someone that is making money and you don't have to have it all together though. But you're not just at home just playing video games and don't have a job, or you don't have a business, you don't have anything going on, or you're not someone that has a business that's not making money, but you're just talking about the EIN number you have. I need you to be doing something. I need you to be able to pay your bills. I need you to be able to take care of, if you have children, take care of your children. I need you to be able to take care of your basic necessities. I need you to make sure your tags on your car is up to date. Yeah. I need you to be able to, if you can't clean your house, don't expect me to just come clean your house. Hire a cleaning lady. Once we're together, okay, yes, we'll do a little 1-2. Yeah. But I need you to be able to financially take care of a few things.
Okay, yes.
You know?
Yeah.
Next thing, hygiene is a thing for me. Like, I need you to be able to, like, work out, take care of yourself, cleanse your skin, like, do those things. I want to look at you.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Like, I want to enjoy looking at you.
Yeah.
And I don't think I got into that part until I started taking care of myself. I feel like I was always a nice looking girl, but now I'm a healthy girl. Nice looking girl to healthy girl is two different type of women.
Yeah,
you know, I'm a healthy girl now.
I love that.
Yeah, so I want you to be healthy too, because I want us to be able to grow old together.
Yes.
I don't want to be like, oh my God, my husband's eating steak and fried chicken every night, and now his heart's clogged up. Like, then now I got to take care of you, and I want to take care of you because death to his part, but we could have prevented that.
Yeah.
You know?
I think that being like having a partner who's also like physically active, you can bond over, like, it's a stronger bond than most. Like, when you both can go out for even like a walk, it doesn't have to be a run or even work out together, but he's willing to, like, okay, I want to be active with you, I want to be healthy too.
I need that.
It's beautiful.
I love that. That's a requirement, because I think that if you fall off, I'm gonna fall off. I fall off, you're gonna fall off. So being able to have that, like, sense of we take care of ourselves vibe, I like that. Yeah, it's fun. And then, you know, of course, I'm realizing that I like romance. I like dating. Like, and it doesn't have to be like you. You don't have to, like, buy me a Birkin bag, right? Of course, I like nice things, but let's go a little bit, like, foundational. Like, being thoughtful. Like, just be thoughtful. Like, just because you think I have everything, like, don't put me in that box. Yeah. Be thoughtful. Like, think a little bit. Like, think about, Nathalie might like this, you know. Let's go here. Oh, this is happening. Like, you know, I've realized that now I'm acknowledging that I need to be dated. I need to be courted. I like the romance side of things. Yeah,
I would too. And I think it's important to keep that. And not just with relationships, I think friendships. As I've gotten, like, I guess you could say, a little bit more successful, I've gotten a lot of comments where it's like, well, you don't need anything, Jazzy, because you have it on. I'm like, but if you were my real friend, you would know that, like, I like simple things. Like, if you got me a candle that smells like amber because you know what my scent is, that would cost you $3, I would be like, oh, yes. And it's like, just because you have it all, like, you have it all, doesn't mean you, like, need expensive things. There's still things that are special to you.
And then you have to think about, what is all? Like, how can someone tell you that you have it all? Like, so I think it's really unfair sometimes when someone, like, if you date me and you're dating me off of Instagram, you're gonna fail. If you're my friend and you're my friend off of Instagram, you're gonna fail. Because if you don't take the time to get to know me, to get to know what I like, and I don't do that for you, we're not gonna work out. 100%. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And I feel like that happens to me a lot. I had a relationship that could have worked, but I think social media kind of got the best of us. Of, like, he thought these are the requirements that I need, you know, and I thought these are requirements that he needs. So we just had it all messed up, and it is what it is now.
Yeah, you're so successful now. Have you dated men who are a lot less successful than you and have had a problem with it?
So my last relationship is so crazy because I wish I could have expressed it to him differently. Like, I really didn't care. Like, my situation was like a miracle. You know what I'm saying? Like, I worked hard, and then a miracle just happened. I'm not expecting you to match a miracle. You know, I'm just expecting you to be a great person. But I don't think I expressed that to him enough to make him feel whole as a man. You know, I don't think that I, like, celebrated, like, where he was enough. You know, I think there was some type of, like, thought of he had to, like, do these certain things to be with me. Okay. You know? Yeah. So now I need to attract a man that's confident within himself so he can be able to pay attention, you know, and know that's not what Nathalie wants. Yeah. Do I want my man to be? I feel like once, it's like you and your husband, once two people come together, greatness happens. I feel like my man is going to be way more successful when we're together. But can he be successful now? Yes, but I'm going to add on to what you're doing. I'm going to be the thoughtful one. I'm going to be like, oh, okay, I'm not going to treat you like how Instagram treats you. Right. I'm going to treat you like a spirit being, someone that deserves the very best. So, yeah, that's my life right now.
Do you date outside of your ethnicity?
I do. You know what? So it's so funny. I dated this guy. He was actually really fun. He was fun.
Yeah.
What was he? he was a white boy.
Okay.
He was fun.
He was
fun. Yeah, he was fun. But you know what? I think that he's never dated a black girl.
Okay.
No, he did, but not like me. Like he dated black girls that needed him. You know?
Okay.
So we had like a little like date. It was fun. But then I think, again, social media boxed him in a bit because he's like, I'm not the guys that you're used to. What guys am I used to?
Yeah.
So now I don't like you anymore.
Yeah.
It was that simple. Because now I got to run this whole play again with social media.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, so I grew up in a Jewish community, and I love everybody.
Yeah.
I think that I've dated black, I don't know what it feels like to date seriously another race. Because I feel like black guys are the only ones that like me, really, or that are serious, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like, that's nothing, a culture thing, I feel like it kind of sucks right now in the world because it's like, in a place that we're supposed to be so unified, we're just not. Mm-hmm. Even when it comes out to friends, it's like, I want diverse friends. I'm so excited about your podcast. I want to go to somebody else's podcast, a different race, because it doesn't have to be a black thing. It doesn't have to be a Hispanic thing. It doesn't have to be a white thing. It doesn't have to be an Asian thing. It's a we thing. God made us as human beings. Like, so I just think we have to do, we as people do a better job.
We do, and it's hard because, so I love my culture. I love being Mexican, but that's not just who I am. And, it's hard sometimes because I listen to all these other podcasts, but all they are is Mexicans, right? They only interview Mexicans and they only hang out with Mexicans. And it's like, that's great, right? But I love the diversity. I want to know everybody, and like I want my friend group to be diverse. And I think it's so important to be diverse because I don't want to just be stuck on one thing, because we're all, if you think about it, we're all raised the same, right? Yeah. In the cultural aspect, we're all raised the same. We all think the same. And yes, we bond because of it. But if we don't get out of that, then we're not going to break the pattern of our upbringing. So,
and I think breaking the pattern and is doing what we're doing now, is speaking about it. I think the reason why podcasts are so profound is because people can listen to this podcast and their life's going to change. Yeah. They're like, wow. Our Jazzy said this, Nathalie said this, and guess what's going to happen? They're going to get excited about it. And now they're going to let me step outside my box. Yeah.
They learn something, which I love. That's what I love, because I know that every episode, at least they learn something about themselves, right? They might be hearing I said something and they'll be like, it clicked to something that happened the other day and they're like, oh shit, I didn't even think about it. Exactly. That's what I love about it. So, okay, do you feel like sex and confidence go hand in hand?
I do. I feel like outside of the physical side of sex, I think that just being attractive to someone, or being like, you have to feel good about yourself, because you will always like beat yourself up about like how you look, and your body is God's temple. And I mean, of course, people like, oh, we'll wait till marriage. I'm not a virgin, I have practiced abstinence several times, and like I'm on a point where I definitely want to meet my person. I want to be married. So I'm not like, when you're young, you just do dumb stuff sometimes, but I'm so confident with myself that I'm not going to sell myself short.
Do you feel like in the relationships that you practice abstinence compared to the ones you didn't, which one flourished better?
I think, so the relationship that I practice abstinence, like off and on type of vibe. Okay. But I think, again, let's go back to just your body and respecting your body. If you respect your body and you respect yourself, the person you're with will do the same thing. Mm-hmm. I don't think that sex should be the be-all to, as a matter of fact, most guys I give the time of day, we don't have sex, at all. So it's like we get to know each other, and from there we realize, hey, I like you, I don't like you. I've been so busy in life that I'll talk to the same person for like a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, but now I'm putting my foot down, because confidence within self now allows you to attract that person and to be able to really like respect all of the different areas of sex and just communication and everything.
Yeah. Do you feel like your sex life, though, has gotten better as you've gotten older?
So I don't know that for me, I've never been a sexual being. Okay. I worked in the strip club doing bottle service. I worked in the nightlife. I feel like I guess I didn't get no complaints, you know.
Yeah.
But I feel like I think a lot of this stuff is mental.
Yeah.
I think that when you look good and you take care of yourself, by default, you are good, right? But I think that the world has put this stigma where there's, like, you can go on Instagram and everyone's naked, or even when they have clothes on, they don't feel like they're sexy enough or confident enough because they have clothes on. They have to be naked, right? And then you have to look at, like, most guys are dating because of what you look like, not what you possess within. So I think that, yes, I think my attraction level is way higher now because I don't play about me. You know, I'm not the girl you're going to call, like, hey, I'm about to pull up on you tonight. You're not pulling up anywhere. Like, you know, like, you don't even know where I live at. You know? So, yeah, to answer your question, I think the more confident you get within yourself, everything just gets better.
Yeah. I love it. Okay, that's all my questions for you, Nathalie, and we did some more. I appreciate you being on here so much. I feel like I know you girls learned a lot. I learned a lot from you.
Yeah, today was good.
I appreciate you taking the time. You want to let people know where they can follow you and your business?
Yes. Well, first, I'm excited, Jazzy, to build a relationship with you. I really, you're home. You guys it's very calm. You know, that's my type of vibe, you know. Yeah. So I would just say that. I believe in what you're doing. Definitely want to learn more about it. We're going to build from there. If you want to follow me on social media, it's Nathalie Nicole, Nathalie, Nicole, Nicole. Everything is in my link in my bio. If you want to learn about my branding services, you want to join Woman Who Boss Network, if you want to shop my athleisure brands, it's in my bio. But the biggest thing, when you follow my page, just make sure that you're ready to grow. I feel like my brand is a brand where I try to teach lessons, you know, whether it's going to the chiropractor, whether it's just life at the beach. I think social media like yours is a vessel to help people.
Yeah, I agree. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I cannot wait to build a relationship with you.
Yes, I'm so excited about it.
Thank you guys so much for listening. I'll put all her information in the description so you guys can go take a look at it. I appreciate you guys taking the time to listen to the episode, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.